Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is MAZEN ABDUALMAJED, and I'm here to present my review paper on effect of 5G on IoT and our daily life application. First of all, I want to express my thankful for all the coordinators who has organized this event. We know how much it's a hard task to organize such event. I would like to forward my thankful for my university, LBU, which is a lovely professional university, as well as to my guidance, Dr. Manwinder Singh, as well for my family and my friends. My presentation will be containing this headlines, which is introduction, history of communication generation, user level application and industrial level application. Then I will be explaining about IoT and IIoT and what's the difference between them. Coming after to the problem formulation, objective methodology, result and discussion, then the conclusion of the research, the future scope and the reference that I have used in my study. Coming to the introduction part, we know that the technology becomes one of the main things in our life. If we move from past to the coming present and the coming future, we can see that the technology day by day take more part in our time, in our life, and it's become main things that we cannot live without it. If you ask now some people which the thing that you cannot live with it, they will say the technology or the internet between two parentheses. So moving from the communication generation from 1st G to the 5th G, which is the recent one and which we will be coming using in the near future in India and another part of the globe. There is a little comparison I have done between this generation from the 1st G to the 5th G based on the latency, and we can see coming as the much as the improvement of the communication generation, the latency will be less. That latency will allow us to use more application, and that will let the connection more efficient. So we can see during the COVID-19, most of the human activities shifted into the online mode. Our study, our meeting, our conferences, our marketing, everything become in online mode only. So in this study, I have targeted what will be the contribution of the 5G in something called IoT, which is Internet of Things, and our live application. So we can see the contribution of the 5G to achieving better surface and quality in these 5 parameters. First is the ability of 5G to provide the user with a higher data rate, which could be 1 gigabit per second. The connection density, as we know, number of mobiles and number of devices that need to be connected to the network will be increasing day by day. So the 5G will be able to handle this much number of devices. End-to-end latency, the latency between the devices will which connected to the network by using 5G will be less, and that will support more application and more sensitive application like sensitive latency connection application. Then the ability to handle a high traffic density and higher mobility. Okay. Then I have divided the application that we used in our daily life into 2 stages. First stage is user level application, which could be listed on this following list. One is in internet browsing, gaming, streaming, online education, online meeting and conferences, smart house application, and CCTV security and monitoring, then the normal social media application. This is into the user level only. But if we come to the industrial level, we will be noticing one thing, that the application will be in a massive account or in a massive size, such as smart transportation, smart cities, and smart health, and IIoT, which is industrial Internet of Things. Coming to the Internet of Things and IIoT, IoT is not a new thing. We know that this idea was there since the beginning of the technology. The idea was to connect more than one device into the network and let this device be able to process the data and make some decisions without the interfere of the human. So for that, there will be need for a special architecture for that. So the architecture is making from 3 layers, which is application layer, which we can see the server and the clouds, network layer, which we can see here the modems and the routers, as well as the way of connecting these devices or sensors and actuator to the backend system. We can use here Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS, and as well as the routers and the modem. Presenting and the layer here, which will be containing containing the application itself, like smart door, smart house, smart health care system, and smart transporting and smart security system. Then what will be the difference between IoT and IIoT, which is Internet of Things and industrial Internet of Things? We can list these differences if we will go through this table. First, the purpose, which is connecting service level, communication capacity, and communication transport, and then the data rate. In Internet of Things, the connecting things or the connected devices will be user level devices only. But in IIoT, that will be industrial level application, which we will be having some devices like machine, sensors, system, mainly on industrial level application, and other type of the machine that will cost a lot, and it's very heavy system to be used. For the surface level in Internet of Things, it will be human-based using only. But in IIoT, we will be see something like machine-based application. Coming to the communication capacity, for the IoT, it will be small number of devices and only less number of standard or communication standard will be there. But in the IIoT based, it will be large number of devices, as we are talking about industrial level machine system, and it will be a huge number or much number of standard of communication will be used there. Then the communication transport, for the IoT, it will be wireless based system, but in the IIoT sector, we will be using both wireless and wire communication system. For the data rate, for the IoT based, we will be using medium to high data rate. But for IIoT, we will be using high to a very high data rate. Then coming to the IIoT application, it's used mainly for manufacturing machines, heavy machines, roboting application, military application, agriculture process, and they are using it also for renewable energy system. For this application and for this such technology, we will be a requirement for more and some assisting technologies such as big data analysis, assessment management, smart machine, cloud computing, and high security technology. This technology will be working side by side to make the IIoT possible. The problem formulation, as we can see, the 5G come to the world with many promises, and it was the chosen one in this technology, and it was promising us to support more.
Sir, you have 2 minutes to conclude, please.
Okay, sir. So it was promising us to support some new applications, suppose augmented reality, virtual reality, cloud computing, and online education. The problem come from here, and we have done some analysis by using various IoT system, and we are comparing the performance of proposed existing technologies from timescope, spectral analyzer, and constellation diagram for the 5G spectrum. As we can here see that the 5G use 2 band of radio frequency, which is from 410 megahertz to 7.1 gigahertz, and the second band will be from 24.25 gigahertz to 52.6 gigahertz. For this, we have done the analysis, and we can see the spectral analyzer. We can see the wideband that provided by both frequencies in both sides, downlink and uplink. We can see that it will be providing high data rate for the user, and it will be good efficiency spectral uses. For that, we will conclude that the 5G will be supporting us in the future to discover more application, and that will support us by using to use new technologies such as IoT and machine learning. And this will support us, support some new technologies such as self-driving car and augmented reality, with full supporting for IoT and IIoT in the coming future. This support will come to us with the version 3 of the 5th generation of communication, which is REAL 17, which will be based on high efficiency energy consumption and resource allocation for the base station. Then the references that I have used in my study, this is the list of the references. And if you want to ask any question, I'm here to answer, and you can find me in the following.
Thank you very much, Mazan,
Thank
for
you, sir.
your good presentation on the 5G or Internet of Things. Any